everybody. 14th call of 2015 for Team Relentless. We've been having a little bit of internet connection problems here on my end, so I'm hoping that everything works well. Kristina said I'm frozen on her end. If you could only see the face I was frozen in, you would be laughing your asses off. But anyways, I wanted to welcome you to today's call. Next week, just in case you haven't seen any of the posts, if you're on my team, there's going to be no call because we are going to be in Cancun on the 2015 Success Club trip, and I'm super jazzed. We have 1 week till we're there. This will be my third all-expense-paid Success Club trip, and this is just another amazing reason why I'm a coach, is that we get rewarded for everything we do and recognized for all of our hard efforts. I don't know. I can't say enough about how great I feel from the things that Carl Deichler and everybody at the corporate offices do for coaches who are out there busting their behinds to help other people reach their goals. And that's one thing we're going to be talking about on this call today is Kristina Lewis, who is in my downline. Her sponsor is Gabriel Means, who I am her sponsor, and her own coach, Lindsay Sims. They have taken 2014 and 2015 by storm, and we have, Lindsay has set some major records as well in 2015. She's the first Diesel Nation coach to advance her business to 3-star diamond in 6 months, and this has all been through hard work and consistent efforts and just amazing teamwork and leadership between her and Kristina, and with the help of Gabriel and the rest of Team Relentless. And so I'd asked them to speak on this call to basically just share what changed their mindset and made them make the decision on becoming a working coach, because we have a lot of coaches out there who are discount coaches, and I think everybody out there wants to partake and benefit from the things that we all get from being successful coaches, but a lot of people lack the confidence. So I'm hoping that something that they say resonates with anybody who's on this call now or watches it later on as a recording. And what I've seen is just amazing teamwork, and that's one great thing that I've learned from the founders of Diesel Nation, my coach Becky and her sister Kristina, is that we work together as a team. We're not a competition, and we love each other where we're at, and we basically build each other up and help one another believe in ourselves. And we're a family. We are a team that's very unique because we work together as a family more so than coworkers or colleagues or people in the same profession. So I think Lindsay may be having problems getting on because she hasn't gone on, so we're going to have Kristina go first. And I have had this amazing opportunity of watching Kristina grow, get to know her family, and get to see her team blossom. And she has literally focused so much on her team and what is best for them and what their needs are and what their struggles are, and helping them move past that. And she has a loyal team that she literally puts first, and that is the sign of a good leader. There isn't a secret to success or a formula. It is literally just loving people where they're at and helping them and listening to their needs. So Kristina, if you would just share a little bit about your story and what inspired you to start working the business, because you're a Success Club 12 All-Star, and there's Gabriel. Hi.
Yeah.
So she's done the So you have the floor.
Okay. Yeah, Gabriel is my coach, and she actually was doing a photo shoot in Brenham, and so I was like, come on. So here she is. But anyway, so I became a coach in December of 2013. And I remember when I decided to become a coach, I had been drinking Shakeology for a few months. I was training for my first half marathon, and I was like just cramming food in my mouth and gaining weight training for a half marathon, which is crazy. And so I actually saw Mindy in town, and she was selling Shakeology, so I bought a week trial pack from her, loved it, and it kept me from eating all the crap I was eating. And so I just started drinking Shakeology, really. And the day I was running my half marathon, well, I guess the day before, my husband and I were driving up to Fort Worth, and we were at a Chili's, and I was talking to Gabriel, and she was talking about becoming a coach, at least for the discount. I was like, yeah, I'll do it for the discount. So I signed up with the challenge pack through Brazil Butt Lift because that was what was on sale that month. And became a coach and just really drank my Shakeology for about 6 months and left it at that. And then people started asking me questions about what I was doing in different programs, and so every once in a while I would sell a challenge pack here or there, and didn't really do much with it though. And I became Emerald because a girlfriend of mine was already drinking Shakeology, and I told her, hey, I'm a coach, I'm a discount coach, and told her about the discount. She signed up as a coach under me. Then I had my husband under me as well. Just kind of kept my Emerald rank for a long time. And it wasn't until January of 2014 that I decided to go ahead and work the business. I had seen Mindy leave her job. I had seen Gabriel leave her job. And I had just seen the success that they had and how happy they were with being home and being able to make their own schedule and do things that they really wanted to do. And so I remember one night I was thinking about it, and I really wanted to go all in, but I was having second thoughts as well. And so I called Gabriel, and I was like, I decided to go ahead and work the business. I had seen Mindy leave her job. I had seen Gabriel leave her job, and I had just seen the success that they had and how happy they were with being home. And I'm so sorry. Is everything working? Because it seems like everything all of a sudden. And oh, all right. I think that was it. Maybe I was hearing Lindsay. Okay. So anyways, I was having second thoughts about really keeping my Emerald and keeping my husband under me, because it just, I mean, I was drinking the Shakeology, but honestly, we were having a little extra every month, and it was building. And so I called Gabriel, and I was like, I want to go all in with coaching, but I don't know if I want to keep my Emerald. And we were kind of back and forth with that, and then I talked to Mindy also that same night, because I knew if I dropped my Emerald, Gabriel would, it would cause this domino effect. So talked to Mindy, and Mindy was like, all right, this is the deal. Like, just a couple months, like, this is, I want you to stick with it and do it. And so I decided to go ahead and do it. Like, just keep my Emerald, go for it. And after that was when everything kind of shifted, because I had to make Success Club in order to get both of our Shakeologies paid for. And so in my mind, I was not going to put another dime on our credit card or anything like that. I was going to make Success Club. And ever since then, I have made Success Club. And that has been the turning point of my business. I remember when I turned 30, my husband actually took us to New York, and that's the first time I've ever been to New York. We don't do things like that. It was crazy. But I remember I was so big, like I'd started gaining weight again and things like that. So when I got back, I ordered 21 Day Fix. And when I got back to Brenham, I started hashtagging on Instagram, or searching the hashtag 21 Day Fix. And I was looking at people that were posting about 21 Day Fix, and I found Melanie Mitro. I didn't even know who she was. I had no idea who she was. But all I knew was that she was doing 21 Day Fix every morning, and she was doing it at 5 a.m., which is when I was going to wake up, so I followed her. And she posted every morning, and I was like, you know what? I can do that. I mean, I'm working out anyways, so I'm going to just post every morning. And so that's what I started doing, was I posted my workout every day for 21 days. And that is when people started asking me questions, and they started wanting to know more about the program, just the consistency every single morning. People knew they would count on this post. And slowly, I started understanding Beachbody and what it was and how we help people. I remember my mom, who started drinking Shakeology, and I remember the first time she did 21 Day Fix. She has always battled weight, and for a long time you know, it was a constant battle, constant roller coaster with her. And she was starting to work out again, and I was like, but she was so worried about calories that she would have like a Diet Coke, you know, and that was like what lasted her all day. And I was like, all right, Mom, I want you to fix, do Shakeology, and I want you to eat. And changing someone's life is amazing. Changing your mom's is like earth-shattering. You know, you can't even put that into words, how awesome that is to be able to change someone's life that you love so much. And that's when I really saw the impact that Beachbody could have on people. And so I made every post about what I would want in a challenger, in a coach. And I just wanted to duplicate what I was doing, you know, pretty much. When you find something that works, you want other people to do it as well. And so I was hitting Success Club every month. I was growing my customer base, and so I needed to start growing coaches. And we were growing coaches. We were doing really great. We have some really amazing coaches on our team. I mean, very consistent, very their goal is to help people. It's never about money. It's never about, it's just always to help people. And that's what our group is about. I mean, we have free challenges all the time. We have people that have never bought a program for us, and we spend so much time with them. But what really changed things was when Lindsay came along. And Lindsay was a PIO challenger. She had just had Brady. She was a new mom, and she was doing PIO. And I've known Lindsay since college, really. My husband and Lindsay were best friends growing up, since they were like itty-bitty. I mean, they've got pictures together like this tiny together. And, so when I started dating my husband, Lindsay like was a package deal, you know, and it worked out great because we got along awesome. But Lindsay had had Brady, and she wanted to do something that she could do at home, and so she started PIO. And new moms just have a special place in my heart. I mean, moms really have a special place in my heart, period, because I know how hard it is to commit to that time. But new moms especially, because I put myself on the back burner for so long that I don't want any mom to ever do that. I mean, like, there's no excuse to not invest in yourself. If the most important thing you could do is invest in yourself. You have kids, you have a family. If you're not healthy, no one is going to be healthy. And so she started PIO, did freaking amazing, like blew up the challenge group. She was active in it. She was great. And so I said, Lindsay, you should be coach. She didn't even jerk Shakeology. She just did PIO. I was like, Lindsay, you should be a coach. She's like, I know, you know, like she was thinking about it. She was kind of into it, asking all these questions. And she actually had some other coaches. She lives in Longview now, and she had some other coaches in Longview that she knew, Beachbody coaches. And like I said, our group is all about helping people. It is not bottom line. And so I told Lindsay, you know, it's like, if you want to go with the coaches in Longview, because you can, you know, they're right there with you, and you know, you're able to interact with them a little bit more and do things like that, that's fine. But just know I'm here for you, which, you know, however you want to do it, I'm going to be here for you, and you're going to be an amazing coach. And I just want to let you know that, you know, no matter what you choose, I'm here pretty much, and we'll do it together, whatever your decision you make. And so called me going into work one morning and was like, all right, I'm ready to sign up for a coach. So I was like, all right, so this is what you do. Just let's do the challenge pack, do the Shakeology, do 21-day fix. It was on sale that month. I was like, it'll change your business. You have to learn 21-day fix. And so she did it. She ordered a challenge pack and signed up as a coach before I got to my desk. I'm talking like I was in the parking lot walking into work, and I got to my desk and I had a new coach. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. And so then after that, I see this post on Facebook, and Lindsay had like posted that she was a Beachbody coach and like all this awesomeness, and she created a challenge group by the end of the day, and a free group, a free fitness group. And ever since then, I mean, Lindsay, it's like talking to a friend, a sister, you know. I mean, there's no hard feelings. It's very honest. It's very open, and our entire group is like that. When we say things, we mean it because we want the best for you. And so Lindsay just trusted me, and she would ask me something, and I would tell her to do this, and she did it fearlessly. And within 6 months now, she is a qualified 3-star diamond. She has an amazing team under her. She has people that, like Lindsay, just trust her. She will tell them to do something, and they do it. And if we don't have time to explain it, they just do it, and then she'll explain it later. But to build that trust with someone, and you can do that in your challenge groups. You can do that just out in everyday life at restaurants and hanging with friends and stuff. But if you don't have that trust for your coaches to just blindly follow you and to know that you are guiding them correctly, the growth is going to be very hard. So I'll let Lindsay over now and talk about her journey. I don't know how to do that.
Thank you, Kristina. You did great. I have one question for you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. I just have one question for you. Like, you know, I want to hint upon this to everybody who's watching this, is that challenge groups are the foundation to the success of our growth of our business. That's where it starts. This is where you build relationships with people. This is where you create confidence, and this is where you create this lasting bond with people who, you know, can tell if you're genuine. And you two ladies are 100% legit, genuine, and it is very clear that, you know, obviously a lot of us have income goals, but the fact is that if you treat people, and this is one thing that I preach all the time to everybody on our team, if you treat people with the love and the respect, love them where they're at, then the income is going to follow. Because when you help enough people, you get everything you ever wanted when you help other people reach their goals. But I remember coming home from Fit Club in January and talking to you, and just, you know, I'm like, real talk, Kristina, and I was like, let's dig into personal development. I remember bits and pieces of our conversation. I don't say anything much different really to you than to any other coaches. I mean, I guess I personalize it a little bit, but my message to all coaches are the same, you know. But what did I say to you that made you decide that, like, hey, this is worth it? Because at that point you had that turning point where you could have quit, because at the time it wasn't equitable for you with everything going on, for you to keep paying for your husband's Shakeology at the same time. But what is it that made you say, hey, this is worth it to go all in and not cancel my coach, you know, account, or not continue to work this business? I guess that's always, you know, because there's times, like you said, when I was like all gung-ho, you're like, I want to punch you, and I'm like, I know everybody wants to do that sometimes. It's only because I want what's best for people. Well, I guess what changed it? Because that may help other people, and it certainly helps me understand what I actually said that changed everything for you.
Yeah, it actually, I never wanted to quit my own account. I wanted to quit Ben's. And I didn't want to continue to keep him active, pretty much. But there wasn't really anything that you said. You just wouldn't let me quit, really. You know, I mean, you just wouldn't let me do it. You were like, no, you need to keep it. He's in a great spot. You know, as your business grows, everything will grow. And you just told me to hit Success Club 5. And so I made that a goal. And I have found that with my team as well. When you give your team small goals, Success Club 5, sell your first challenge pack, open your own group, open your own coach group. Like, when you give them these small goals, magic happens. It's a huge it's a huge picture to see with Beachbody. And so if you break it down to little things like that and just don't give up on them, amazing things will happen. But as far as like something you really said, I don't know if it was something you said. It was just simply you would not let me quit. And you told me to hit Success Club 5, so I did it. And ever since then, it has been non-negotiable. And now, of course, Success Club 10 is what is non-negotiable. But that is the culture of our group as well. Everyone understands that Success Club builds your business. Everyone understands that setting small goals and just crossing those off the list as you do it is going to help amazing things happen. And that was that. I remember that night like it was yesterday.
I remember sitting in my car after Fit Club. I do. Like, I remember saying that. But that helps. And then I think that goes along with everything that Carl Deichler, you know, had set for our mission last year as a team of never give up. And, I mean, that's my thing is that I don't – it takes me a long time to give up. So I'm glad that my pushiness and belief in you helped, because that has trickled down to an amazing team. And I see the loyalty. I see the, you know, camaraderie between all of you guys, and it's amazing. So I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay. It's been amazing to watch her grow. As soon as she came on board Team Relentless and joined Kristina, we had started this brand new Push to Diamond group, because it was new information that was rolled out from whenever I attended leadership in Arizona in September, and we were so excited to have this here, because this was stuff that was put together by Leanne Ruff. You know, may she rest in peace. She's left Beachbody, and we're all so sad. But she spent so much time putting this program together, and you know, if anybody's ever met Leanne Ruff or talked to her, and she was actually supposed to be on our Relentless Leaders call 2 weeks ago, but she has left Beachbody. But she poured everything into us, and she took a long time to design this program, so I was so excited to get it going. And it's always scary when you're a coach, when you have a challenge group or a training group, and you want all these people to join because there's amazing information. You want to help them, and they don't join. But Lindsay jumped right in, and I know it's because Kristina didn't just say, hey, my upline is, you know, hosting this, you know, training group. It'd be good for you to join. No, she said, you should do this, and I'm going to do it with you. And I will say that Kristina was by her every step of the way. She didn't just leave it to me to train her. She jumped right in. And actually, Lindsay was major, like, balance both things, because she was in a revival group that I started for coaches who had been discount coaches or kind of fallen off, and then also this Emerald group. So you're talking about, like, total overload of information on top of having, like, Brady was teeny tiny then, and she was working full time. So, like, this is a no excuses girl, but she jumped right in. And I mean, our team had 43 rank advancements in a 2-month time span, and it was something that was done. And this is, you know, what I said about this call is about being a girl boss. And shameless plug, get this book if you don't have it, Girl Boss. But you know, we all were managing stuff. Like, I actually went to the leadership retreat that was hosted by Becky and Kristina and ran this group. So the thing is, you know, anybody watching this, we all know you have busy schedules. You know, Kristina has, a very demanding job where she's got 2 kids in sports. Her husband, you know, authored a book, and, like, he's been traveling. So we know what it's like, so I hope that Lindsay can share some takeaways, but it's been amazing to watch her grow, and she's been a complete asset to the team. I can tell you that 6 months into my coaching career, you wouldn't have caught me dead on a call like this. So I'm proud to turn it over to her. It's all you, Lindsay. Oh, hold on, you're muted.
Muted.
Okay, there you go. You're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Shoot, I hit it. Okay.
No, I can.
You can hear me? Okay. Okay. So my story, kind of, Chris introduced me and let everyone know I was in our PIO challenge group. I started PIO when I was 4 weeks. 4 weeks after I had Brady. If you've had a baby, you know how you feel. You're just ready to get back into your clothes. My goal was to not have to buy new clothes before I went back to work at 12 weeks, and that happened. So I just did PIO, and loved the group. I loved the way I felt. It was just encouraging. And like Chris said, we kind of talked behind the scenes about what coaching is. One of my running buddies here in Longview, she was thinking about signing up with the girl here. And so I started researching that coach, and she was actually, I didn't know anything about stars or whatever, but I saw that she had like an official page, like she was like legit. And she had been a Beachbody coach for like 7 years. And I remember that my friend Jen was like, she showed me a paycheck, and in 1 week she made $7,000. And I'm like, oh, okay, I could take $7,000, So I sat on the coaching opportunity for 2 weeks, and I kind of asked some questions. In the meantime, I had another friend, it's actually an old boss of mine, that told me that I needed to download You Are a Badass on audio and listen to it that night. We had lunch one day, and so I'm telling her, kind of about where I'm at my job, about this coaching opportunity. Then when people think about it, they're like, okay, yeah, sure, go for it, but unless you're in it, they don't really understand. Anyway, she said, just go home, download You're a Badass, and listen to it. And I said, okay. So I did it, and she texted me that night, and she said, have you downloaded it? I said, yeah. So I listened to that book like nonstop, and that took my confidence level from like right here to like way up here. And I thought, I can do this. I know I can do it. So my one struggle was, do I go with Chris, who has been like my loyal friend? She has like held my hair when I puked in college. She was there for my tattoo. She like held me as I was getting my tattoo. And of course, she was just kind of like the package deal with Ben. But anyways, we've just gone through a lot together. Or I thought in my mind I would be more successful with this coach in Longview. She was at my fingertips. I just thought we could build it here in Longview. So for 2 weeks I just sat on it. I ended up deciding, I'm going with Chris. I said if I never make a dime, it wasn't about the money for me, but I was like, if I never made a dime, if I never did anything, if I only did it for a month, whatever. So I just signed up. And my husband was like, just do whatever you want. He could care less. He was tired of me stressing about it. So anyway, so I did like Chris said, and I just went all in. It's because I watched Chris post her stuff every single day. She was following Melanie. I didn't know who Melanie was. I was following Chris. So I just, that day, decided I would just do the same thing. And I wasn't a Facebook person. I just was like liking, but I knew at that point that I had to just open up and do it if I wanted to make this work. And that's what I did. Like she said, I announced that I was the Beachbody coach and why I became a coach. And the reason was, honestly, is like I wanted every new mom, I wanted to help every new mom get through a program like I just did. Because before I had Brady, I was like in the gym for 2 hours. I just ran my first marathon. I ran half marathons like every other weekend. I could do like 50 push-ups in a minute. Like I was so in shape, and then here comes the baby, and it's just like, here I am with this baby body. And even losing the weight, I wasn't where I wanted to be, but I felt so much better about myself, and I knew that I had to change my mind that, I wasn't going to have 2 hours a day anymore to myself to commit, for me. So I needed something short and simple. So that was really my goal, I just wanted to help reach new moms. And then it turned into helping not just new moms, people without moms, my mom. The list could just go on and on and on. I had a very successful beginning. I know that not everyone does, but when I came out, I just, once I posted that first, hey, I'm having a challenge group starting this day, I had a great response. And I think what Mindy said is like I kind of was fearless. I just thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go in and do it. I had a full-time job at the time. Brady was 4 months old. And I don't know, like I think I hit, like, I signed up on September 22nd. I think my first month I hit Success Club 13. I had no idea what that even meant. The next month, I think I went back and looked at it, was like Success Club 22. And then within 35 days, I advanced to Diamond, which I still had no idea what that meant. And I do it like Mindy, I was just in the Team Relentless group, and I see Mindy posting there's a new training. So I started a new coach training and a rank advancement training at the exact same time, not really knowing what either meant. I just knew that they were available, so I jumped in. And I dug my head into all the trainings, every videos. I got in the COO, and I just dug around into everything and listened to summit videos all about Shakeology. And like Chris said, I wasn't even drinking it. I had no idea if I liked it or anything. I was just like, okay. I thought I was going to pay $40 to be a coach, and she was like, it's really a better option if you buy a challenge pack. And I'm like, okay. So it was like $140. And so I had to come home and tell my husband. I was like, by the way, that wasn't $40, that was $140. But it's cool. We're signed up. We got this. And so it's just been, just going, the momentum's just really kept up. And I remember the moment that the first time I ever heard the word diamond, I don't even think I was emerald yet, and I emailed Chris and I said, what is diamond, something diamond in 90 days? I was like, is that even realistic? And poor Chris, I mean, because I did go all in, I mean, I'd wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and have a question, and I'd just text her. And then I was like, okay, that's a little bit crazy. So I just kept like a note on my phone, and I'd like wake up in the middle of the night and I'd write a note. And so I'd wait till like at least 5, because I knew she's gonna wake up at 5. And I'd copy and paste that note on my phone. And I'd be like, sorry, here you go. Here's my questions for the day. And she'd be like, okay. And she'd answer my questions, by lunch. So I'm like, okay. I remember her sending me that 90-day to diamond document, and I printed it out, and I wrote it, and I was like, all right, let's do this. And then Mindy really gave me some script, that I wasn't trying to recreate. And that was the thing that she really drilled in my head is you don't have to recreate any of this. It's there. Trust in the process so that you can, do it without having to recreate it. So that was one thing that was really thing. So the first time I remember Mindy was like, this is how I approach it, and it worked. And so I did it again, and it worked. And then 35 days later, I'm diamond. And I just continued that. Like, I realized that in the beginning it was kind of awkward to be like, hey, to end everything in a question. Like, that wasn't kind of my personality, but it worked. So I kept doing it. And now here I am 6 months later, and I'm 2 weeks away from, I'm in the qualification period for a 3-star diamond. So, and I can't even wrap my head around, that, because I'm just doing it. And that's the thing that, when you really look at it, is like that personal development is just, you just keep going forward. So I've never looked back, even with the no's that I got. I've had coaches cancel. I've had coaches, I knew that they could do it, and they signed up for a month and then quit. I just kept going forward. I just made a decision not to focus on the people that didn't want in. If they wanted in, you have my time. If they don't, then I can't. I mean, I'm moving so fast that I couldn't even focus on them. So, and I just do a lot of things at one time. I think Chris is like, sometimes she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I think I started like 3 new groups today. I don't know, but I just did it because and I'll figure it out when we get there, And so I do have the privilege now to, I have been able to go part-time at my job as of December. So I do spend time with Beachbody. And I work 3 days a week. And the other 2 days, I spend 1 day with Brady, and 1 day I still have a sitter come, and I leave the house by 8:30, and I go to Starbucks, and I work at Starbucks from 8:30 to 2:30, on Beachbody. Whether I'm talking to people, building a relationship, meeting with coaches, customers, I have a full day to commit to that. So I'm not just sitting around. Things aren't just coming to me. I mean, I work very hard, late hours after Brady goes to bed. It's not always easy, but to me it's worth it because I do see now the opportunity that it has. I see that it's real, that, you know, I could make this a career. I've always been a hard worker. I've always, since I was like 16, worked 40 plus hours, managing a restaurant, working in the restaurant, you know, so I'm not afraid to work. The most satisfying thing that I get out of this, though, is the relationships that are built, because I went to 2 different high schools growing up, elementary. I've reconnected with all of those friends through Facebook, just being out there. My mom and stepdad have been sober for over 6 months now. They are in my challenge groups. They're very active. My dad's blood pressure is down. My mom is healthy. My best friends that have just had babies, we all kind of have babies, you know, I see them being more confident. And that's the thing I really focus on, is just trying to build people's confidence, because I'm not sure after having a baby you can be where you I don't know. I just try not to compare us before baby, after baby, body, you know, the physical look. So now it's like all about mental. So just to get them to know that you're doing awesome, you're doing what you can, you don't have to be perfect. The one thing that has stuck with me, that someone told me, I can't do what you do. And I said, well, what do you think I do? And she seriously told me, she goes, you work out and you eat ground buffalo. And I said, what? Like, she really said that. I had posted the night before about buffalo chill something, and I was like, okay, that is not what I do. And so, I know, it really happened. So, you know, what people think we do and what we actually do is just crazy whenever someone tells you, I can't do what you do. And so, but my only advice would just be to put it out there. Don't be afraid. You know, from the very beginning, I decided I was just going to post every morning, and I did. I either did my workout or I did a motivational quote. And I just build the relationship with the people in my challenge group. I mean, I really bend over backwards for all my customers. And even in the beginning, I had no idea, because I never even drank it myself, I had no idea the value of Shakeology. I didn't know that was even part of your residual income, you know. If they told me that they didn't want to drink Shakeology, fine. I mean, I never even thought about it, you know. I was like, okay, me neither. I hadn't even tried it. I was like, my package hadn't even come in yet. I'm like, just come on, you can do it. Like, I had no idea what I was doing, but it just worked. So I just did what I did. So, but like Mindy said, you know, now that it's grown so much, it's kind of funny, like how much I don't know. When I hit 100 coaches, like in my downline, I was so excited. I made a huge thing about it, and I opened up my Facebook and I saw that, who was it, Chelsea? What's her name? Chelsea Pearson. What's her name?
Pearson. Chelsea Pearson.
Yeah. Yeah, she had posted like after me that she had 40,000 in her downline, and Kim had like 1,000. I was like, I was so proud of my 100. Like, I made this huge deal out of it, not even thinking. And like this week, Chris was like, I had 183, and I have no idea how much y'all have, but I was like, I had 100 coaches. Like, it was a huge milestone for me. But what I really think is like, okay, that's 100 coaches, but for me, that's a huge milestone for us, you know. And I just have found that, you know, create the excitement. Don't compare, because no one knows really on the outside is whether if you have 100 coaches or 40,000 coaches or what a coach even means. Like, just celebrate. I mean, I think that's all people would just celebrate it. That's kind of what I did, but I kind of did laugh at myself about that one. I was like, 100, and I see 40,000. I was like, oh, okay. So, I don't know. What else? Do you have any questions? What am I missing?
Well, that was fantastic. Anybody who watches Paul, you can tell we have fun. Like I don't know. Like I'm just a really informal person. If you ever went to my Super Saturdays that I've hosted, or any of my 3 Vital Behaviors training, like we're just informal. And like that's the thing is like the whole thing. Like you said that somebody's like you eat buffalo. Like people have this like idea in their head of what we do. We're just normal people, and you know, we're just normal people, and that's the one thing that I tell everybody is join us because we're just normal people with problems and issues and struggles, and we have these little successes, and we have this huge team that, well, maybe not huge compared to Chelsea Pearson, but we have what we consider a huge team to help cheer each other on, and that's what it's all about because every day people have exciting things happen in their life, but they don't feel excited about it because nobody else is excited with them. And I think that's a big part of our team. And like I said, I got to meet Lindsay in November when she came for Ben, Kristina's husband's book signing, and I saw this, friendship there. And more than anything is that if you treat people instead of your as your challenger or like a dollar sign, they are loyal. It's not that everything's perfect and not that everything's going to go smoothly, but for the most part, people can tell when you really care about them. And I was clear that they care, and the fact that Lindsay was like, I don't even drink Shakeology, but I'm doing it because Chris said to do it, and she had the excitement, she had the enthusiasm, and when Kristina exuded that enthusiasm, started working her business, she attracted people with like minds, and here she came. And it is funny, and one thing that I want to say in closing is that so many people, like I said, have these ideals of what
She's frozen.
I think we lost Mindy.
Yep. Mindy no está aquí. All right.
And the thing is, you don't have to have this perfect story. You don't have to have matching stories. All you have to do is have heart and enthusiasm. You can take on, or even 421 Day Fix. All you have to do is have enthusiasm, and people are going to follow. And that's all I have to say is that there's some great points. I love what you said, Lindsay, is that you're going to keep working, and you were consistent. You just did exactly what Kristina said. And it's funny to hear how things that I've said over and over again to my want to be successful in this business, and if you want to grow, if you want to earn money, if you want to help. I heard Kristina talk about things that I said were non-negotiable, and I've been very big on saying, don't reinvent the wheel, don't reinvent the wheel, don't reinvent the wheel. And this wasn't my way, anybody's way other than what I've heard from other successful coaches. Melissa McAllister, who is one of my good friends, who's been in the top 10 twice, and an elite coach for 4 or 5 years. She said that, and it's something that always stuck with me. And obviously Kristina heard it, passed it on, and Lindsay, she's exactly what she's been taught by us. And it wasn't my way; it was what I've been from coaches and what's been passed on from corporate, and that's been successful. She wasn't making sure she personal development, got into a training group, started sharing started following, and do what Kristina was doing. And I hear coaches all the time like, I don't have this team that works, I don't do this. But your steps are not duplicatable. They're all over the place, or they're not consistent, or they're not, setting small goals, like Kristina said, to help you lead up to big goals. So the thing is, if you're one of those coaches out there who's saying that you have a team that's not working, the thing is, help them get back to basics. Help them focus on the 3 vital behaviors: personal development, learning how to connect with people and invite them, and working on becoming a product of the product. Because if your people aren't drinking Shakeology, if they're not using a program, if they're not posting a challenge group, they're never going to have something to talk about, a testimonial, and they're not going to have the confidence to coach. So make sure that you're doing that, and that you're helping them, and that whatever you're doing is consistent and something that is identifiable to the outside eye, so that they can follow you. Because, I've talked about this when I've had Melissa Galman on my calls in the past, that she's somebody that watched me for a year. She was somebody that I had to, like, go after and be patient with, and and we built this friendship. It was a legitimate friendship before she became a coach. But once she became a coach, she's another one who's went 3-star diamond in a year, and she has not stopped. She's going for 5-star by Summit, and I know that she's going to do it. But she's followed everything I've done because she watched me. Because somebody who's not in my training group, somebody who was not on my team, she was able to watch me from the outside looking in and say, okay, I watched her walk away from her job. I watched her do this and this and this. Kind of how Kristina said she watched me walk away from her job, Gabriel walk away from her job, and watched us hit Success Club every month. So then she just followed this path. The same thing with Melissa is that she watched me. So once she became a coach, she was like, okay, I have that confidence that it can happen for an everyday person, and I'm going to follow the same steps I saw Mindy do to get to where she was able to walk away from her job, be home with her family, and she's done it, and she's been successful. So make sure that you guys are doing the bottom line things that we are taught to do by corporate, and that you're getting on these calls, that you're getting into training groups, that you're checking the coach online office, that you're getting on the national wake-up calls, because success just doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't happen, through spontaneously. It happens because you are not afraid to work, and you are going to put in. So, anyway, have a great, rest of the, week, and then apparently they signed this, waiver where, what happens at man camp stays at man camp, so they can't tell some of the funny things that happen there, but they're going to share their takeaways, and something that if you are a female coach and you're trying to get your husband involved, maybe this is something you can ask them to tune in, because it's going to be like guys on here, they're going to be drinking beer, and they're going to be real and raw, and maybe something that if you're a woman and you do have men on your team who are coaches, it maybe can help you tap into them, because we all speak differently. So you do tune in that Tuesday night after I get back. I think the date's the 21st. But thank you, ladies. You did an amazing job. I'm so blessed to have you guys and Gabriel on the team. You are killing it, and 2015 is going to be our year from here. So love you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.